This will be the story of How I Met Your Mother. Just kidding. What kind of a weird idea that would be, remember? So, what I'm going to discuss now is a set of sort of future goals that I have for myself. As far as, this is almost like a time capsule interview type of thing. So I have a series of questions, things I have to address, and then we will figure out whether or not it comes into fruition or not. I obviously hope it does. So let's see what happens. For the first question, the 4 life goals you have right now. So let's see. So as far as my 4 life goals right now, my first top one as far as career goals is to be working in a field of broadcast media as a play-by-play announcer, as a sports analyst, something in that nature for a big company like CBS, NBC, ESPN, something like that, which is why now, I'm majoring in sports communication at Marist, but also working my way through internships to try and do something like that. I think as far as other 4 life goals, just, have like a stable environment of a life, good family, not having to worry as much financially about certain things, being able to just, sort of take everything day by day, but also relax and have some time for more leisure environments. So a nice balance of things. Let's see, 2 other life goals. I think my 3rd life goal is just to be, happy, because a lot of times people stress out about work too much, or they overthink things too much, and they put their stress over so many things. But I feel like as long as I'm in an environment where the work is fun and the work is not stressful, even if when it is stressful, it's not stressful, and being happy, I feel like that's really what would be great. And I think my last life goal probably just be stay connected to family, because I've always lived in a great family environment, and I've seen what that's like as far as the impact it can really make, and just keeping that family environment intact, I think is really good. Let's see the next thing. Where will you be in 5, 10, 15 years? Let's see. Well, in 5 years I'll be 25. So I'll be a few years out of college. So hopefully I have, some sort of stable job, hopefully my own place, whether it be an apartment, whether it be like a smaller townhouse or something. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to be right away. I have to be someone who's a broadcaster. But someone who's in that company, maybe be working production, maybe doing some broadcasting things on the side. But then, still trying to work my way up. In 10 years I would hope to at least have some sort of actual job in broadcasting. It doesn't have to be the biggest job, because I'll be 30, and a lot of broadcasters at that time aren't the biggest as far as that goes. So it's a little wish-washy as far as that goes. By 15 years I'll be 35, so hopefully at that time I'll have the job that I want, and then even if it's the beginning of that ideal job, I'll be able to be working at it, possibly be married, I would assume, by 35. Maybe not start a family yet, but then, start to work on that, start to lay the foundation of that. And then 20 years, that was where I hope that I really have everything that I'm hoping for, which is keeping the job and working my way up even further to more and more opportunities. Having a family, having a house, having a kid. Just, that's where I want the stable environment to be, so that by the time I'm 40, I feel very comfortable and I can really, just hone down on the rest of my life and not have to worry about and stress about other things. So as far as someone I would say, this is a little tough describing a future mate, I would say just someone who's, I think fun to be around. I think, someone who's not too loose on everything, but is able to let loose and sort of be able to work towards what they want, but also be able to understand certain things in life aren't as tough to deal with as they think they are. So just someone, obviously, someone who's beautiful, someone who's really able to understand everything about life, and really just someone I feel comfortable being around, and someone who it's fun to be around. Because I think if you're with someone who just puts you under stress all the time, it's just a little tough as far as being able to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. But someone else who's just willing to be able to work with you, but also able to, question things that you're doing, help you out, and then figure out a compromise. I feel like that's what really could be something I would say would work as an ideal mate. How many kids will I have? I've always wanted like two. I mean, I grew up in a family of three, and that was great. But I've like always thought to myself, I don't think there's anything wrong with like having three or having four, but I feel like two is like a good number because you're still learning. You're not just having like the lonely child thing. 'Cause, I mean, some people like being the only child in the family, but a lot of other people kind of find it a little isolating. Like they have to really extend themselves to like other friends and family in order to really feel like they have some sort of sibling in mind. So I feel like two would be a good amount, especially for like a typical family setting. All right, let's see. Next question. Where do you want to travel in the time frame of 5 to 10, 15, 20 years? Within the next 5 years, even after I get out of college, if I have the proper opportunity and the proper amount of money, I mean, I never got the chance to study abroad. So within the next 5 years, I'd like to go somewhere that's like Europe or maybe even like Asia or something like that. But if I don't have the proper funding for it, I like to do a road trip across the U.S. Something like that. I've always wanted to do it. I've been to like California, I've been to Colorado, but I haven't been to a lot of those middle part areas. So I think it would just be fun to go with a group of friends. Within 10 years, I would hope that I have enough money to go abroad somewhere, go to Europe, maybe Australia. My dad's been to Australia a bunch of times. He's really loved it. Just somewhere like, abroad, really be able to extend myself, see other different cultures. Within 15 years, like I said before, travel the same places, maybe even go down to the Bahamas. I went to Puerto Rico a year ago and it was amazing. So I'd love to go to those Caribbean areas, maybe go up. I don't know why I didn't say Canada before. I really want to go to Canada. I could put that in the time frame, but hopefully within the next 15 years, I go to Canada. I love hockey. I love some of the areas they have there, like Toronto, Montreal. They seem so beautiful. I feel like it would just be an awesome place to visit. And then within 20 years, I would have traveled everywhere I want to travel. Now that I have a family, start going on some of those vacations, whether, somewhere in the U.S. or somewhere in the Caribbean or somewhere in Europe. Just really, I feel like it would be a cool experience to have not only me, but also my kids and my own family. Just have fun traveling, exploring, or even just like sitting and relaxing at the beach for one vacation. I feel like that would be an ideal thing. Because, I really have enjoyed the travels I've gone to, but I feel like there are still a lot of places I haven't been to, so I feel like that'd be really cool. Describe my future home. Hopefully somewhere that's spacious, somewhere that's nice, somewhere that, I can really, have a lot of good things. The typical things. It's a good series of bedrooms, living room, a nice little relaxation room. As I said before, nice bedrooms. I'm trying to think what else. Nice kitchen area. I think the home I have right now is almost the ideal situation for that. Something like my typical home, the home I have right now, where there's like one space for lounging, other places for eating, other places, to go on the computer, relax, and then just a bunch of, and then obviously upstairs used mostly for the bedrooms. I don't want anything too luxurious, so to speak. Just something nice, something that feels nice, something that feels homey, because that's all you really need is not only to look like home, but to feel like home. Describe future vehicle. I'm not really a car person. It's picky. It's a little tricky. I don't know. I can't really think of like a brand that comes off right now. I mean, I've had like an Oldsmobile Alero and for a while, and like even though that's not the most ideal car, it's something that like fine. So just I think something that functions. Something that I think looks nice, but also drives well. Something that's safe, but also I can enjoy driving on the highway feeling like that wind rush across my face. So something of a mixture of that, where it looks nice, I feel great when I'm driving it, especially at high speeds, but also something that I can feel safe with, and even maybe be able to drive my kids around with. Not completely sure, so I can't think of a particular brand at the moment. Maybe like something like Chevrolet or I don't even know what else. Something like Dodge or something. I'm not looking for like a one of those like racer cars that you would expect from Formula One, like a Lamborghini or something. But I'm not too picky when it comes to vehicles. And the last question is, where do I want to go to college? I mean, obviously, you would expect me to say Marist because I've had such a great experience at Marist, And I really have been. But I feel like for my kids in general, whatever college they want to go do is going to be really what I'm going to support them to do. Because I know when we were going on our trips to college, there's so many different places I visited, and I really liked all of them. But certain ones, like, stuck out, like Ithaca, Marist, and like once it came down to it, my mom was telling me certain things, like, oh, this school has this school costs this, it's fine, you go this, go that. How do you think of this college? And I just remember, like, on decision day saying, I thought to myself, everything that we had gone through, everything that we had looked for, and I said, this is the place I want to go to. And I said, Marist is the place I want to go to. And so that was, for me, my own college decision. And I would hope my kids had the same one. Take them around to different places, figure out what their interests are, make the search based off that, make it based off, like who they feel comfortable. Do they feel comfortable more in a bigger setting or a smaller setting? I mean, both of those work for a lot of different people. So really, that question is up in the air, but the main thing I would say with where my kids want to go to college is the place that fits their interests, fits their education, and fits their ideal goals is where I would want them to go to college. If Marist happens to be that place, so be it. But otherwise, it's really up to them because this is the decision that's marking off the rest of their life. So that's really where it goes down to. So yeah, I think whatever they want, as long as it's something that fits them and as long as something that really reaches out to them and really fits their interest, I feel like that's what counts.